I want to show you how you can trade breakouts the right way. Breakouts are really fascinating and they come in many different shapes and forms. And I want to show you the ones that I like to trade the most. So we're looking here at a long-term, maybe you can even call it inverse head and shoulder, right? The left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. The market seems to be breaking out to the upside. At this point, probably a lot of breakout traders will jump on the long trade here and hope to catch the upside. However, as I've said in a few videos in the past, what I've come to learn over the last few years is that I would not trade a breakout until there has been a retest. So this initial breakout, not a signal. You want to wait for the market to come back to this area here first. And you want to see a confirmed retest. Let's fast forward. And what we can see in this next candle is that the market broke to the complete opposite side. We do have a level here to the downside that the market is clearing. So at that point, the breakout to the upside seems to be cancelled. There was no retest. You expect a retest not right at the level. You expect the retest where the people who bought here have their stops. So if you buy here as a breakout long trader, your stop is going to be somewhere in this area, right? And if the market then falls through this stop area, the breakout to the upside is cancelled. But now we can look at this from the other way. So now that all of the breakout traders are trapped and now that this long-term inverse head and shoulders pattern doesn't seem to be playing out and it's actually turning into a failed pattern. It's a very interesting concept that often applies when you see a pattern and it fails in a very strong way. It can often give you the opposite signal actually. So we have here a support level where we do have two touch points, right? 1, 2, and we have the breakout level. Again, the same applies now to the opposite. After the breakout, we want to see the market retest this area. Probably a lot of traders are jumping onto the short trade right now here. Where are they going to have their stops? Probably somewhere in this area. This is going to be our stop zone that we want to watch carefully to see if the market is moving into it, but even more importantly, how it is reacting to this zone. So the market continues to move lower in the next candle, and this is going to lure in more and more short traders. So there's going to be a lot of early breakout traders. Stops here, maybe even now they're going to move their stops to break even. It's always important to ask yourself, where will the other traders have their stop loss? We're not going to rush into breakout trades prematurely. It's a pattern that I've observed, I think, over the last 6 to 7 years, really appear very often, more common than normal breakouts, I would say. So the market is now in our stop zone, and this is where most traders get it wrong. Just because the market is in the stop zone, it doesn't mean that you're automatically shorting. You want to see a reaction, and the reaction has to be somewhat strong to the downside. It doesn't have to be as strong as here, but we definitely need to see that the momentum to the downside in this case is picking up. And if that's not the case, it's not a setup, it's not a trade. So we're seeing the market struggling a little bit, red-green candles, that's totally fine. We see a red candle to the downside, small doji, nothing here, and now we get our signal. This is exactly what we're waiting for. First of all, we had the breakout, we have the failed pattern, we have the stop run. The market is slowing down as it hits the stop zone, and now it's accelerating to the downside. At this point, this is where then the, well, call it breakout, call it retest traders will initiate their trades. We can zoom out a little bit. What is the next likely logical target area? You could argue that here, this seems to make a lot of sense. It's also the reaction point from the past. If you are a very aggressive trader, you could also look for secondary targets. So we'd probably, if we're looking for a secondary target, we definitely want to be out before the market hits this area. In here, there's going to be a demand area that we definitely don't want to target, or we don't want to have our target beyond that. So looking at this in this way, having our first target here, and then if you are an aggressive trend following trader, this could be your target number 2. Let's see how this plays out. First target hit easily. Second target hasn't been hit, right? The further your target away, the more risky a trade becomes and the more likely that the market is going to reverse. In this case, let's think about this logically. The market would not have hit your target if you put it at this area, right? So if you are in a profit here and then you see your profits evaporate, at one point, the latest at this candle, when it shoots against you, that's where you're probably going to bail and get out of your trade. So if you see that your market and the price missed your take profit by a little bit, and you see that the market is reversing, I'm probably going to take my profit somewhere here, even if I don't catch it here, maybe here. But you can see that the market is then making higher lows, which is never a good sign when you're in a short trade. So you definitely want to be very, very careful and mindful if your target has been missed by a few points where you are then exiting. It's not worth the risk holding your trade to get a little bit more out of it. So even if you have to scale out here, you still get a decent profit. In this case, you could say you got unlucky. Over the long term, obviously having smaller, more reasonable targets is going to give you a higher win rate, but obviously the reward to risk ratio is going to be much smaller. So really nice breakout trade here with the break and retest concept. Our video resumes in 15 seconds, and I just want to let you know that my new course is now available. This is the course that I wish I had when I started trading 16 years ago. The course comes with 100 brand new videos. There are many new strategies with hundreds and hundreds of chart studies. It works on all time frames and all markets. And the link to that course with a special promo offer is in the video description below. Let's take a look at this chart and this example. So first of all, we want to see what happened, right? So the market is coming here from an uptrend, and the uptrend then moved into here a triple top, right? We have like a fake out. The market is here breaking first time into a lower low. That signals now the short side. We have the first trend wave, second trend wave. Then the market is pausing here a little bit. What is really interesting and what is really important now is, can the market come back to this area? This is a confirmed support level, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches. I prefer when a market touches a level, it can spike through it, but it should not have a close below it. So you don't want to see that the market is violating such a level with a candle body. So let's just keep fast forwarding. The market is coming back to the zone. Now it seems like it's breaking. Let's see. We can get the breakout here, right? So this happened quite quickly. We had the breakout, a little bit of a pushback. And again, if you are a breakout trader, or let's put us in the shoes of a breakout trader, if you get in short here or here, your stop loss is going to be somewhere here. So the market is already penetrating here the stop zone. We can definitely see that. Can we see what we need in the form of strong bearish momentum? You can see we have a little bit of rejection, but not really a strong bearish candle yet. This is, as I said in the first example, this is where a lot of traders get it wrong. You definitely have to see that bearish momentum is picking up, which now we get here. So this is a confirmed retest entry. I'm sure there are many different ways for this pattern, but it doesn't really matter what you call it. Looking left, we have some flip zone here. Previous resistance turns into support. Can we find something else? We have a little bit of a level here. It's not too strong. And then here we have a lot of stuff going on. We also can see that here is the 188,000 route number. So that's something to be mindful, because as we can see in the past, when the market reached this area, there was a lot of noise back and forth. So we probably can look at this as our target. Stop loss should always go here above the spike area. Depending on how aggressive or conservative you want to be, you can play around and test different ideas. And that is then the signal for our short. In this case, a very short spike. Let's just see how it played out. And that's actually a very great example. So in the previous example, the market would have missed our take profit by a few points. In this case, it reached it, but barely so. So over the long term, if you keep playing this out, sometimes you will get lucky. Sometimes you will miss your target and you get unlucky. but over the long term, this should play out. I would recommend to test a few different target approaches to see how comfortable you are and what is your preferred choice of target strategy. And then you will find one. Very important, just because like in the last example, let's assume you catch a trade like this where your target is missed by a few points. Don't on the next trade be too scared. Trust in the law of large numbers. Just follow your target approach. Over the long term, you get lucky sometimes, you will get lucky other times. But on a trade-to-trade basis, you should never change your strategy based on your last trade outcome.